Hi guys, this is Vinay from InDesign. So today we are checking out how to make a widget in HTML5 using CSS, Bootstrap and jQuery. So let's get started. I'm creating a index.html using the text document. It's already created. First off, I'm just grabbing the HTML template from W3 Schools. It's basically a layout of header, footer, header, head tag, body tag, and title, and some doc type. So this is how it looks when we render into the browser. So I'm giving a name it as one question and two answers for the title. I'm using the Bootstrap CDN link. I'm not downloading the Bootstrap. You can get the Bootstrap CDN link if you search in Google, and I'm going with the introduction to Bootstrap URL to get the CDN links. As well as I'm copying this, it is also provided the jQuery library. So I'm not again pasting, I'm not copying the jQuery library from other sources. So this widget used to have a one question and two answer type, so it will help in your any, or you if you can learn how to build this thing. So I'm using the container, which is a class of Bootstrap. I'm using a row. A row consists of 12 columns. So I'm making of columns, like I'm using 6. So it will divide into two parts. So here I'm giving a like response kind of thing. Your answer is correct, and another thing, your answer is wrong. So we have two options. So these answers will be hidden. Later you can dynamically change this content using any backend data, or or you can have stored statically. So I'm giving an ID of option 1, another one is option 2. So you need to be familiar with the Bootstrap before diving into this thing. I'm using some of the classes from the Bootstrap. So if you want if you want to learn about the Bootstrap 4, you can comment down below, so we can start a Bootstrap classes or tutorials for you people. And I'm also using the jQuery. jQuery is a library of it's a framework of JavaScript. Same as the Bootstrap, it's a framework. It's a framework. Yeah, it's a framework of CSS, what we call cascading style sheet. So I'm designing the box to render out how it's look before I design it. I'm using some of the plugins, extensions in the Visual Studio. When I save, it automatically align the code. So this is how it looks before I design. So I'm inspecting it. I'm doing in inspect. I'm designing here, so you can get an idea how can we change element styles in the inspect in a section of elements. So I'm styling here. So 0 is the top and the it's like hierarchy, like top, right, bottom and left. I'm giving a space on the top as well as bottom. If I give two values, so it's like it acts like top and bottom. So it's giving the space of it is giving the margin on the top as well as bottom 30 pixels. I'm giving a random background color. I'm clicking on this color icon. I can change whatever color I wish to. Just simply copy this code and paste it in your Visual Studio where you code, or you can give the alpha value as well. That's it. So I'm giving a text inside the boxes, so it's like indicating select your answers. So it's in the top left side of the box. So I'm giving a class center text. I'm giving the margin. So margin button doesn't work out. I'm giving the padding bottom, margin top, but it is allocating to the box. So I'm giving the padding top, so it will align to middle of the box. It's vertically aligned to middle of the box. I'm giving the center text, so it is into the center of the box. So I'm giving a class for the text info, the color of the text. I'm changing the black to, so you can give the background as well for the text, but it's not useful here. And so I'm giving the same classes to the first box as well. I'm moving the first question and two answers h2 tag inside the container, so it will align, giving a space between left and right, beside left and right, so it is aligned neatly. So I'm giving a function to the boxes, two boxes. I'm naming it as option 1, option answer 1, as well as I'm giving the same to box 2. When I click on the box, it will run this function. So I'm linking the source of script.js file at the bottom of my body, so it will read the jQuery library framework library, and then execute our code. So for test, I'm giving console log, so it will give in the inspect console. So it's working right now, and it linked to our HTML tab, HTML index.html. So I'm just selecting these two functions and writing down the function for it. First of all, I'm hiding these two response tags, response response elements, so it doesn't show the answer before the load. So on the click, it will show what you have selected. Is it correct or wrong? So I'm giving an ID, answer 1, and then a same as answer 2. So by this we can access both in jQuery. So by giving hashtag, not hashtag, it's a hash and the ID name, so it will directly hide those two elements. That's it. So now option 1 answer is a function which I have given to the box 1. So on click, it should have to gray out and the response have to show in the bottom of the first box. First of all, I have to show when I click on the first box of the first response, so that I can see what's the answer underneath my first box. We can call this as first option. So I'm adding a class for box 2. So I'm graying out, indicating that it should that I have select the first box. I'm just checking if that class is added or not. No, it's not added. So let's see what's happened here. So I need to give an hash in front of my, so it works. This is how it adds the class to the another element. Same as the box 2, I have added the show function, and the same function which I have added to the box 2, I have added for box 1 to add class. To toggle both of the boxes which I have selected, to toggle with these both elements, what we call boxes options, so I have hidden the first one and remove the class bg tag, so it acts like it is toggling between these two options. So when I refresh, if you select the box, it will gray out and show the response. The same work for this box 2 as well. So for the slight variation, we can add any styles to it. On hover, we can add some text to it, like not text but the background shadow. It's called box shadow, so we can't give the color, so we need to give the values to it. So it's the directions when you move for the x and y for this both two, and it is for like giving a blur, x, y, and the blur, and giving a color. So I'm changing it to hash C1 C1 C1, so it's a kind of light gray color. So this feels like it is popping out when you select, when you hover it, it gives a nice clean look. You can change whatever color you want to shadow you are using for the element. That's it. So I'm copying this thing. Sorry, I have copied, I guess. So I'm just recopying the same thing. and this pasting. So I've saved. So on refresh it will show the same box shadow for each element. So I'm adding a hover. On a hover it should show the box shadow for it. So I'm just hiding it. So if I this is how it works. So if I give the none, so it will remove all the shadow properties for it, and it will show in this way. So when I hover it will remove the shadow, and when I hover off it is showing the shadow. So you can design how you like to have it. I have another example for this thing. This is the example of it. I have redesigned to this, adding those glyph icons, somewhat styling on the top corner. If you want to learn how to add those corners on the top, so you can just comment down below. I will show and teach you how to do it. Thanks for watching, and see you guys in the next video.